Nick Fuentes, the far-right commentator and self-styled leader of the Groyper movement, has once again ignited national controversy with a series of incendiary remarks and actions that have reverberated across the political spectrum. In recent weeks, Fuentes has doubled down on his extremist rhetoric, drawing both condemnation and a surprising degree of attention from unlikely corners, while his influence over segments of the far-right continues to grow. During a live-stream broadcast on January 17, 2026, Fuentes addressed his ongoing criticism of former President Donald Trump. Despite occasional praise from progressive politicians like former Congressman Jamal Bowman, who once remarked, "Finally getting it, Nick." In response to Fuentes' critique of Trump, Fuentes insisted there is no common ground between himself and the left. According to Jewish Breaking News, Fuentes declared, "My problem with Trump isn't that he's Hitler. My problem with Trump is that he is not Hitler." He elaborated that his disappointment stemmed from what he perceives as Trump's failure to implement harsher immigration policies, stating there were not enough deportations, not enough IC brutality, not enough National Guard. These comments, as reported by multiple outlets, including Jewish Breaking News and International Business Times, have underscored the ideological gulf between Fuentes and mainstream political figures, even those on the progressive left who might, on rare occasions, agree with his critiques of U.S. foreign policy. You have all these left-wing people saying, "Why do I agree with Nick Fuentes? It's like I'm criticizing Trump because there's not enough deportations. Sort of a big difference," Fuentes said on a show. Fuentes' livestream also veered into foreign policy, with the commentator accusing Israel of steering the United States toward war with Iran. "Israel is holding our hand, walking us down the road toward an inevitable war," he claimed, echoing isolationist sentiments that have become increasingly vocal within certain Republican factions. This position highlights the growing tension within the GOP between pro-Israel hawks and America First isolationists, as noted by JBN and other sources. Notably, Fuentes' rhetoric is not limited to policy disagreements. He has a long record of anti-Semitic statements, having previously expressed admiration for Adolf Hitler and advocated for the death penalty for Jews. In a widely circulated interview with Tucker Carlson, Fuentes asserted, "As far as the Jews are concerned, you cannot actually divorce Israel and the neocons and all those things that you talk about from Jewishness, ethnicity, religion, and identity." He further described Jews as a stateless people, unassimilable, and claimed their religion is irreconcilable with Western civilization, adding, "They have this international community across borders, extremely organized, that is putting the interests of themselves before the interests of their home country." Such remarks perpetuate dangerous anti-Semitic tropes and have drawn sharp rebuke from across the political landscape. Despite his Mexican heritage, his father is Mexican. Fuentes openly espouses white nationalist views. "We do need to be right-wing. We do need to be Christian. We do, on some level, need to be pro-white, not to the exclusion of everybody else, but recognizing that white people have a special heritage here, as Americans," he said according to Jewish Breaking News. The ripple effects of Fuentes' ideology are not confined to online spaces. In a disturbing incident reported by Friendly Atheist, a self-identified Groyper and Catholic known as Mike refused to receive the Eucharist from an Indian woman at his church in Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. Mike later bragged about his actions online, citing racist fears of contamination and referencing the white supremacist Great Replacement theory. "I'm not going to receive it from anyone who's non-white. Sorry," he admitted, acknowledging he knew his actions were bad but expressing no intention to change. The episode sparked debate within the Catholic community, with many pointing out that church doctrine explicitly condemns racism, and that confession is only valid if one intends to avoid the sin in the future. Yet, as Friendly Atheist observed, Mike's allegiance to Fuentes' ideology appeared to outweigh his commitment to his faith's teachings. Fuentes' influence is evident in the way his supporters echo his rhetoric, both online and in real-life settings. According to International Business Times, Fuentes' audience does not merely seek entertainment. They look to him for guidance on political and social issues. His pronouncements often shape the worldview of his followers, making even his most shocking statements, such as those celebrating death, perilously resonant. This dynamic was on stark display following the fatal shooting of Renee Good, a 37-year-old Minneapolis mother of three, by an Immigration and Customs Enforcement IC agent on January 7, 2026. Video footage appeared to show Good's vehicle moving away from officers when the shots were fired. Rather than expressing sympathy, Fuentes publicly praised her death, as well as that of George Floyd, the black man whose 2020 killing by police sparked worldwide protests. I don't think there is anything tragic about it at all. I think it's good. I think it's good that George Floyd died. I think it's good that she died. It's one less idiot in the world, Fuentes said, framing the deaths as positive outcomes in what he described as a struggle for the future of civilization and the continued existence of white people as a race. His remarks were widely condemned as repulsive by social media users and public figures alike, with critics highlighting the lack of empathy and the dangers of normalizing such rhetoric. As the Republican Party grapples with the presence of figures like Fuentes, former President Donald Trump has sought to distance himself from overt anti-Semitism. On January 17, 2026, Trump stated, "I think we don't need them. I think we don't like them," when asked about anti-Semites in the GOP, according to Jewish Breaking News. Trump recounted his only encounter with Fuentes at dinner in 2022, where Fuentes attended as a guest of Kanye West, emphasizing that he did not know who Fuentes was at the time. Trump also touted his record as the best president of the United States in the history of this country toward Israel, noting his nomination for Israel's most prestigious civilian award. Yet, the party remains divided between pro-Israel advocates and isolationist voices, with the latter emboldened by the likes of Fuentes. The ongoing debate over anti-Semitism and foreign policy is shaping the GOP's future, as party leaders and grassroots activists alike confront the influence of far-right ideologues. Ultimately, the trajectory of Nick Fuentes and his movement reflects broader tensions in American society over race, religion, and national identity. As his rhetoric continues to spark outrage and imitation, the question remains whether mainstream institutions, from political parties to churches, will respond forcefully enough to counteract the spread of hate and extremism.